Saturday in Big 12 basketball, wow. It's like the first time you're like, oh, gosh, dang. There are a lot of ranked teams that go down. You're looking at, and upsets you're looking at that you go, oh, who's fraudulent? Now, like TCU losing to UCF. A Baylor losing at Texas Tech, where they sucked. Then they looked good. Then they looked sucky again. How about Iowa State, the number 6 team in the country, losing to Kansas State? And now the Wildcats have an opportunity with a couple of wins in the Big 12 tournament to get back in the conversation for March Madness. If they're a 20-win team, they're going dancing. And then Houston, holding the Kansas Jayhawks to 46 points, and the Jayhawks might be without Hunter Dickinson for the rest of this season. Kevin McCullough is still not 100% as well, and Bill Self is evaluating both of those. Then there's the BYU Cougars, who honestly sucked offensively in the first half against Oklahoma State. The Cowboys slowed the game down. Mike Boynton had a good game plan. It was 32-29 at half. Oh my God, like soupy duty. And then you know what I thought of? Wait a second. The defense is actually pretty good. And what I learned about the BYU Cougars, we'll start with this game, is Mark Pope, he's like the king of adjustments. Oh, the shots aren't falling? Well, our defense has kicked it into gear. Second half, we can speed the game up. The shots are falling. Our defense is still there, but now we can focus more on the offensive side of the game, and the depth of BYU is so stellar that it helped them to a 10-win, a double-digit win conference season in Big 12 play. This is not the hottest team in the league right now, given that loss at Hilton Coliseum where all of us lose. But, man, they are close to it. Like, you look at the rest of the conference, it's Houston and then BYU for the hottest teams in this league. And I believe the Cougars have a shot with the right way the bracket stacks up to make some noise in March. Let's go Kansas-Houston now. The Houston Cougars are Big 12 champions in year number 1 in basketball. And look, can I say something? Unreal. Jamal Shad, unreal. LJ Cryer, unreal. Kelvin Sampson. But this isn't shocking, I guess. I've seen a lot of rhetoric out of Houston fans is everyone counted us out. Everybody told us we could never win games in the Big 12. Everybody said we were going to. Did I think they would win 15 games? No. Did I think Houston was going to win the conference? I didn't have them picked first. But I don't think this is as shocking as Houston fans would want me and you and everybody else to think. This is one of the elite programs in college basketball, has been at least over the last 5+ years under Kelvin Sampson. 15-3 in the Big 12 is absurd. Undefeated in non-conference play. Holding Kansas to 21 points in the first half, just to hold the Jayhawks to 25 points in the second half and win 76-40. They beat Bill Self's team into submission. That is unrealistic. Now, my question still stands. And I was talking a lot last week about, Houston's not 100% healthy. How well can they keep up in March? They just showed you they're going to be okay. I'm still wondering, based on how, and I think we'll know, based on how Houston approaches the Big 12 tournament, how much gas is left in this tank. But as of right now, it's a whole lot. And this team is as dangerous as, they are the most dangerous team in the country. They play like an NBA team. Kansas fans, you just saw it. They play like an NBA team. For Kansas State, what are you doing here? Arthur Kaluma, I am so sad. The Big 12, first of all, Tyler Perry just didn't pan out. He was a bust. Tyler Perry, even in the games where Tyler Perry was, and I was so excited to see him I was so excited to see him play for Jerome Tang. And even in the games where he dropped 23 points, he would just go cold the last minute and a half. He didn't have the I'm the guy at the very end in a lot of conference games, hence why Kansas State goes 8-10. But I still think 8-10 can get you to March. For Iowa State, buddy, your job's done. Like, I didn't watch this game and think, oh no, I'm so worried about Iowa State. And 3 weeks ago, I might have. I probably would have made a strong case of, we didn't see Iowa State offensively put on a show. Should that be a concern moving into March Madness? Can their offense play? But I'm not worried about this team because you've gotten to a point where some Big 12 teams can get, and that's, we've pretty much done all we can do. We're a 2 seed. We're locked into this sucker. Let's just go off into the sunset, be fat, sassy, and happy. And I love that Kansas State got this win because it gives the Big 12 a chance at another team getting to go dancing. Then there is the Baylor Texas Tech game. I I think for Texas Tech, what I'm wondering is what version are you going to get in March Madness? What version are you going to get in any 10-minute span? It just varies. It constantly varies, which is like, oh, okay, what do I do with that? For Baylor, this is the first time in a couple of weeks this team has looked truly human, and not just human, but bad. Baylor looked bad at points in this game. And still confident that Scott Drew's team can win in March Madness, but I'm worried that second round game comes up against a Big East team and it doesn't fare their way. For Texas Tech, I'm gaining a lot more confidence for what they can do in March. They finished the Big 12 season 11-7. Texas over Oklahoma. Congrats. Cincinnati. Outside looking at a March for sure, but better. UCF TCU. Frogs, you're a lock. You've made it. You're in March Madness. I don't think that's an issue, but now I'm with it. I'm with the fans. The fans of the week ago were like, oh, we're going to get our butts kicked in round one. Yeah. Jerry Palm has you projected to play Florida Atlantic in round one as a 9 seed. They're the 8 seed. That might not go very well. I'm sorry. Jamie. Tough, man. But going dancing the third year in a row, that's pretty good. I'll give it to you. Coming up, conference tournament's coming up, and your team needs to lose. This is Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by LinkedIn Talent Solutions. LinkedIn Talent Solutions is where I go. I have hired an intern to help me do the social media of Locked On Big 12, namely the Twitter side. And he came from LinkedIn Talent Solutions, LinkedIn.com/Locked On. It's super easy. Millions of companies have used LinkedIn to find a qualified candidate, and 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. They know that you're wearing so many hats, so they give you the easiest way to hire with more time and resources that come from them. 2.5 million small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring. Post your job for free at LinkedIn.com/LockedOnCollege. LinkedIn.com/LockedOnCollege to post your job for free. Keep in mind that terms and conditions do apply.